December is a time for lists. Oh, that's what YouTube tells me. So here is my albums of 2025. In no particular order, these are the records I could not stop spinning throughout the entire year. Absolute bangers, back to back. And we start with the Callous Daoboys, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven.
You could drown in her and you water with me. We could watch killing sprees like documentaries.
So I was quite late to this band, and I must admit that the whole Dillinger mathcore kind of stuff is not my favourite genre anymore, and I had fun with it 20 years ago, but it's not something I look for. However, this is just transcending everything that I really understand, and it's so well done and it's so interesting and it has so much personality. I think this is easily one of the greatest albums this year, if not the greatest album this year, and you know it's good when I change my alerts to it because I just can't get enough.
And I don't wanna see you in heaven, in heaven, in heaven.
Then there's Deafheaven, Lonely People with Power. So I love Deafheaven. I am one of those people though who thinks that Sunbather is a little bit overrated. I much prefer the demo, Road to Judah, New Bermuda and whatnot. Previous album was an absolute departure into a completely different direction, and I'm glad that they did it, but admittedly it wasn't my favourite as much as I do love shoegaze. It kind of went to a place I couldn't follow, and I enjoyed it for what it was, but I'm glad that they've come back, and I'm glad that they've gone bigger and better than ever in the taste that I'm looking for. And especially the drumming on this album. There's just something about it, the accents, the character. It's just so tasteful and so well done, and it's so addictive. Just phenomenal music from a band that don't make any bad songs, which is an absolute lie, because there was that one where he sang on the last one that I didn't like. And I must say as well, this album does one of those things that I think is kind of frustrating, where the songs on this album are all great, but it does song, small interlude, song, small interlude, song, small interlude, and I'm sure the grand narrative is this fantastic story, but I get rid of all that shit, never hear it again, so I've literally never listened to those songs outside of the first spin, and I've been spinning this all year, so take that for what it is. Coheed and Cambria, Vaxus Act 3, the father of make-believe. So Coheed and Cambria are an amazing band. I don't need to tell you that. And as much as the new stuff is not quite Good Apollo or the Silent Earth type of music they used to make, which is fantastic too, it is still uniquely Coheed and incredibly enjoyable and catchy and a lot more accessible, I think, than some of their earlier stuff. And they keep on telling this narrative that you either know about it or you don't. I just think this is a fantastic piece of work, and I didn't like it so much on first spin compared to the previous one, but it really grew on me, and now it's just part of the firmament. So, amazing stuff. Legacy of Torment, Ritual Exsanguination. Another slam choice here, guys. Their previous, I think it was an EP, was really, really strong and I enjoyed it, and this one dropped, and it just goes to show the difference between, just your day-to-day slams to people that really understand what they're doing, or at least understand the sound that I like, and this is exactly that. Just completely unrelenting, hammers in the air, everything you want to say, just caveman music, brutal. Turnstile, Never Enough.
Running from yourself now, getting what you told. Never let your guard down, anywhere you go. In the right place, at the right time, it's still you sinking through the floor.
So I'd heard about this band a ton, but I'd not really listened to them because I thought they were just some random rock band, some kind of butt rock kind of thing, And then I gave this a spin when it came out because I saw it on a lot of the news articles, and I just really liked it. It was super catchy, super hooky, just very easy to listen to and fun. And sometimes that's enough. I'm not going to say it's my favourite thing. It's not going to be something that I would listen to for an obscene amount of time, but every time I put it on it makes me smile, and I think it's really, really solid, and if you like the sound of it, you might too.
I'm happy to give myself away. I'm happy to fix what I can't say. All because you know I care.
The Acacia strain. You are safe from God here.
The skull, it swallows me, filling my lungs with muck and debris. Roots break through and drink me deep. This is not a dream, I am not asleep.
So this is an interesting one for me because Acacia strain have been around for a long time, and I didn't used to like them very much. Back in the day, they were just kind of one of those bands doing the same things as other bands, and I liked other bands more. So they did their thing, it was solid, then they went to the more genty stuff, and I'm not a big fan of that. And then all of a sudden, later on, a couple of years later, near COVID and whatnot, they started releasing stuff that just super resonated with me. So the last two records have just been phenomenal, and then this one easily could be album of the year for me. It's fast, it's angry, it's heavy, it just wastes no time, it condescends nothing, and it's just absolutely bleak in the most violent way. And that single that they released, The Call Beyond, has probably one of the greatest endings to a song that I've heard in a long time, and it just sticks with you, and I just can't help but do it. And even the time signatures on it is kind of interesting with the vocals. It's just fantastic. A great album by a band that can do no wrong right now.
Bury me vertically with my head exposed, so the world can see me decompose.
The world is a beautiful place, and I am no longer afraid to die. Dreams of being dust.
Like the hero, killing the guardian of the forest, set a white hot flame to the cedars, reduced to wasteland.
So the previous work from this band had a song on it, which I think it was called Being Invaded by a Dark Spirit. And I saw it on a website because I love a good stupid name. I love a good long name that makes no sense, that can't fit on a marquee. So I was really immediately attracted to this band just on sheer aesthetics. And then when I saw the Dark Souls reference in that song, and I listened to it and I really liked it, I knew that this band, I was going to get on with them. They're kind of unusual. They go all over the place. They're not very conventional. But there's something that always keeps me bringing back, and this most recent album took a while to grow on me, but when it did, there's so many things here that I really like, and sometimes it's nice to have a bit of a palate cleanser, and that's exactly what these guys are from some of the other stuff.
For the prototype, we watch them etch the names of God in silicon.
Hooded Menace, Lachrymose Monuments of Obscuration. So giant shout out to YouTube for this one, because I got this recommended in my side area on one of the videos I was watching, and I liked the font of their name. Thought it looked really cool and old school. And then I clicked on it and wow. Just wow. It's not really my thing, the old school death metal with the doominess and the sludginess and then all of this classic almost 80s thrash kind of riffs, but it just works. I can't say enough kind words about this music. If it sounds interesting, check it out. It's that good. Health, Conflict DLC. So I did not expect Health to drop another album so quickly, but here they have. And they've been teasing singles all this year, and they've all been really, really cool. I got into this band not at the start when they were super noise core, whatever you want to call it, just crazy. It's almost grindy in some elements and jazzy and weird and just something that's absolutely bonkers. And if you like that stuff, you're probably really salty now because they don't sound like that at all. But of course, Max Payne introduced me with Tears, and from there I've been keeping up with this band, and they're just superb. They just keep on releasing stuff, and it's groovy, it's got that disco edge with the electronics, it's industrial, it's heavy, it's got this nihilistic worldview. It's got all of this stuff, but at the end of the day, there's that little bit of hope in it that just keeps you coming back. And this one is very, very strong. Maybe not as strong as Rat Wars, the previous one, but it's just come out, so sometimes music needs to resonate and kind of percolate, and you see where you feel about it in a couple of months, but phenomenal. Cranial Bifurcation, Killing Mood. So I've been listening to an obscene amount of slam this year. There's been all kinds of different types, and admittedly, if you don't know this genre, it's just going to sound like a garbled mess, and it's all going to sound the same. And of course, there are nuances to it between the production and between the techniques and between what they're doing on the instruments, but it just sounds like somebody, you know, dying in a very small dumbwaiter with pots and pans on them. But this album stands out because it's exactly what I wanted it to be, and I got their previous work and I really liked it, and I didn't even realize they were releasing anything, so I checked it out, and it's about 30 minutes of the kind of slams I'm looking for, and they do it so well. And it doesn't have any of those moments where you're like, what the hell are those vocals? Why are they there? It doesn't have any of those bits where it's like, this film quote doesn't really work for me, or this is not really paced the right way, or it's a bit too silly. Or especially some of the, like if you get into the craziest stuff and you start hearing the hentai clips, and you're just like, I can't listen to this without headphones. What is going on? Come on, Larry, what are you doing? But I just fucking loved it, and I'm still spinning it. Then we have Deftones, Private Music. So again, I'm not going to lie and say I'm the biggest Deftones fan. I am absolutely not. They're one of those bands I'd like to like more than I do, but I do think that this record is just great. And I've been every so often going back to it and just agreeing with that initial appraisal. I just really, really, really enjoy it. And I do blow hot and cold with them. I'm a bit more of a fan of some of the other stuff like Crosses and Team Sleep and whatnot, but this one is just, every song is great. And I haven't been this hyped for one of their records since probably the Yokai one, because I really like that album too. They're just phenomenal. You know, Chino doing what Chino does, the rest of the boys doing their job, and it all comes together into something that you just can't quite switch off. There you go, guys. Those were the albums I could not get enough of this year. Which ones were the ones for you? Let me know in the comments. And if you didn't listen to any music, you're a DSP, and nobody likes that guy.